Was this the best week ever in my resale business? Definitely not. Definitely not. But I have some sales to share with you. I did make some extra money for my family, and this week I discovered a feature on eBay that is going to save me hours of time in my resale business. It's already saved me a lot of time. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny Shaneyfelt. I am an online clothing reseller. So what my business looks like is I go to thrift stores, I sift through the racks and go treasure hunting and find inexpensive but high quality clothes, and I list them on eBay and Poshmark and flip them for a profit. I've been doing this for a little over a year, so I am still learning as I go, but I'm having so much fun with it. Each week I share with you in a what sold video what's selling in my business. I show you what each listing looked like, how I titled it, share with you what I paid for the item, what my profit was, and at the end of the video, I'll break down the total profit and what all that looks like. This week, we'll be going through my sales for the week of May 5th through May 11th. It was Mother's Day weekend fell in there, so maybe that was a little bit of why sales were slower. I'm not sure. How was business for you this past week? If you're a reseller, I would love to hear. Full transparency, mine was a little disappointing, especially coming off the last 2 weeks that I've shared with you guys. In last week's video, I shared with y'all that it was my second biggest profit week ever. And then the week before that, I had my highest selling item ever. So this week was just like, wah, wah. But I'm grateful and learning through it all, and I'm excited to share. So let's get into these sales. First, I don't find a lot of Lululemon. So when I do, I get excited. These I titled Lululemon Women 8 On the Fly Shorts, Light Gray, Running Casual Pockets, and I put the word luxury in there. There's your Lululemon logo, because a lot of times the tag that says Lululemon will be torn off. The size dot a lot of times is in a real inconspicuous place. This was like in an internal pocket on the inside, so you really have to look for that. These were listed for 56 days. I bought them for $3.15. I listed them for $26, and they sold at full price. Yay! Starting the week off with a full price sale is always great. That gave me a profit of $18.27. Next, we have this vintage cottage core embroidered floral spring vest, women's extra large boho granny core 90s hippie. I threw all of those keywords in there. It had so many different genres that it could fall into. The brand was Tantrums. Here's your tag. I did not put that in the title because I didn't feel like anybody was sitting down to search Tantrums vest. I felt like they would more be looking up cottage core outfit or granny core vest, but probably not Tantrums. So that's why I didn't put that in the title. This was listed for 14 days. I paid $3.39. I listed it for $27. The buyer offered me $18. Probably could have held out for more, but I accepted, and it gave me a profit of $11.83. Those two were eBay sales. This one was Poshmark. I titled it Talbitz Women's Small Peasant Top, red, white, embroidered, preppy, boho, floral, patriotic. Because we're in May right now, so 4th of July is coming up, so I thought people might be searching that patriotic word. It was listed for 28 days. I bought it for $2.94. I listed it for $28. The seller offered me $25. I accepted. That gave me an offer of $17.06. I've had this one for a really long time, and I've been going through and on eBay. I order my listings into what has been listed for the longest, and I'm starting the one that's been listed the longest, and I'm going through and relisting the spring and summer items. So this one did recently get relisted, and when I got an offer on it, I was just really excited to accept it because I haven't had much interest on it. Although It's linen and it's linen season, so I'm not real sure. Maybe the brand is what was throwing people off from wanting it, but I thought it was cute. I titled it Avenue Linen, size 22-24, women's long sleeve floral button-up shirt, shacket. I can tell by this title it's been listed a long time. I would have titled it differently, and I like to capitalize all my stuff. Now it looks cleaner to me. But anyways, this was listed for 367 days. I paid $3 for it. I listed it for $28. I believe when I relisted it, I did lower that price because I looked up comps again. But when somebody sent me a $12 offer, I took it because I'd had it for so long. That gave me a profit of $6.05. Next, this was a Harley-Davidson button-up shirt. I titled it Harley-Davidson Women's 2X Embroidered Logo Pearl Snap Shirt, black pockets. And that was my cover photo because the front didn't look like anything special. You couldn't even tell that it was Harley by looking at it. So I used my cover photo as the back of the shirt. This one was listed for 120 days. I paid $5.99 for it. I listed it for $30. I was doing my normal weekend sale that I have, and this one was on 15% off, and someone snagged it at that price. So that was $25.50. That gave me a $15.97 profit. Next, Pure Jill Lag and Look Linen Cotton Boxy Top Pockets Women's Extra Large Gray Quiet Luxury Minimalist. This one was listed for 17 days. I paid $2.99 for it. I listed it for $27. This was sold as part of my weekend sale, and this one was 10% off, and that was $24.30. That gave me a profit of $17.91. Next, my mom gave me this purse when she decided she didn't want to do clothes and purses anymore, and it was super cute, and I messed it up. I'll show you. I titled it Spartina Shoulder Bag Dolfusky Island Privateer Linen and Leather Mermaid Tassel. I learned a lesson on this one. It had some like dirty area right in here where someone's arm had just rubbed against it, and I was like, I'm gonna clean it up. I use an all natural safe laundry detergent, and I was like, I'll just get some of that out and use it on it. I'm sure y'all already know this, but don't do that to leather. It messed it up. So I had to sell it for less. Duh, like you're supposed to use leather cleaner on leather, but it just basically like melted it away. Look at that. I was so mad at myself for that because it was in great condition other than just being a little bit dirty. I gotta get me some leather cleaner, leather conditioner. Do y'all have a favorite that you can recommend? Because I'm all ears. Don't use your laundry detergent no matter how safe and gentle it is. So I had no money into it thanks to my mom. I listed it for $29. There were some of this brand that were selling like $50 or $60 when I listed it. It was listed for 223 days. I'm sure the damage had a lot to do with that. The seller offered me $20 and I accepted. That gave me a profit of $15.81. Next, I was so excited about this because y'all know I love anything I can stick the word cottage core in, and I got it as a part of a bag sale. It was $10 for a bag of whatever you could stuff in there, like a regular grocery bag, like a plastic grocery bag. And that day, I ended up paying $48 a piece. So that means if it was $10 a bag and I paid about 50 cents a piece, we had like 20 things shoved in that little bag, and this was one of them, and it was a big thick dress. So I'll have to show you guys. Do y'all want me to show you how to roll them to fit tons of stuff, tons more stuff in there? Or maybe y'all already know that trick. Let me know if you want to see it, and I'll have all my stuff ready next time if you do. But so I only paid 48 cents for this dress, but then when I got it home, there were like 4 areas where the seam had come loose, where like 2 pieces of fabric come together. So I'm not a seamstress at all, but I do know how to fix that. And so it did take a little bit of time to fix, but it was a pretty good profit, so I wasn't too mad about that. I titled this long blue maxi dress, boho, women's large, cottage core, prairie, smocked, off the shoulder. And here's your brand tag, NAOO, Nation AK Outfitters. But I listed it for $25 and it sold at full price. Yippee! Love those full price sales. It was listed for 10 days and that gave me a profit of $19.52. This is the second time this dress has sold. The first lady got it, said she loved it, said she loved that style of dress, said she had several Ralph Lauren dresses of this style, but for some reason this one was too small. So I don't do free returns, but I do buyer paid returns where they can get their money back. I didn't used to do returns, but I just kind of got to thinking like, I am not going to buy clothes if there's a possibility that I'm going to get it, not like it, or get it and it not fit and me not have the option to return it, especially on a higher price item. So I did start allowing for returns. It did increase my returns for sure, but I would say I probably have a return every 2 weeks or so. It's not that bad. I do think it has positively impacted my sales though, allowing for returns. But I titled this one, Ralph Lauren Women's 14 Stretchy 3/4 Sleeves Wrap Sheath Dress Maroon. There's a tag. Everybody knows what Ralph Lauren looks like. So I will tell you, ladies of a certain age and certain size, because I'm one of both of those things, love that ruching. That's that gathered fabric right there. It hides a multitude of things. So I feel like when she said she loved that cut and style of dress, that may be what she was referring to. I love it. I like it on a swimsuit too. It was listed for 30 days from the time I relisted it. I originally paid $4 for it. I listed it for $39, and this sold on my weekend sale. She got it at 15% off. That was $33.15. That was more than it sold for the first time. I think the first time it was like $28. Anyways, that gave me a profit of $23.10. Next, Banana Republic is one that I've heard other resellers say they don't pick up that much, but this one came from a mom and I thought that it had a lot of different factors that people do like, so I was like, well, let's try it and see. And it sold pretty good. So Banana Republic, who knew? Here's your Banana Republic tag if you don't know, but I bet you already do. I titled this Oversized Boxy Top Women's Extra Large Banana Republic White Artsy Button Shirt Old Money. It was only listed for 12 days. I had no money into it. I listed it for $39. I offered someone $35.10. They accepted. That gave me a profit of $29. Next, I bought this one in that same bag sale that I was telling you guys about with that blue dress earlier. So I also paid 48 cents for this one in my technique where I get a bunch of stuff in that bag. So I don't know, Pierre Cardin, is that how you say it? Pierre Cardin. Baby doll tank top, women's small, slip, 90s, cami, fairy blue, satin beaded. This one got a good bit of interest right away. Lots of likes, lots of super low offers. But I'm glad I held out. This one was listed for just 25 days before someone accepted my offer. Had 48 cents into it. I listed it for $35. I offered someone $26.78 and they bought it at that price. And that gave me a profit of $22.16 on this little tank top. I was super excited about that. All right, before I get into the breakdown of what I actually got to keep, what my profit was for that week, I have a question for you. Summers are so crazy around here. I have 14-year-old twin boys and next week is their last day of school. So I printed out my calendar of the summer today and I'm putting in all the stuff that I know we have. I'm even putting in thrift store sales that I know I want to go to, but I want to put our vacation on there in July. We can't go in June because their basketball coaches have asked us to please plan around June because they have a busy June of training and practice games and all that kind of stuff. So we're going in July, maybe to the beach, maybe not. But so what I want to know from you is, where is your favorite family vacation spot? because we really hadn't nailed it down yet. I've done cruises before. Me and my fiance have done cruises before, but the boys have never been on a cruise, but I'm not sure they would love a cruise. Have you ever taken your family on a cruise? Maybe we'll just go to our normal favorite beach spot. I don't know, but I want to hear from you. What's your favorite vacation spot? Okay, the other thing before I get into the profits that I was going to share with you guys is what's saving me time: listing templates. I know some people, if you use like a cross-listing software, you may be listing straight through there, so you may not need this, but this has saved me so much time. I love it. I don't use a cross-listing software yet. I may in the coming months, just to experiment and see if it boosts my sales. But in listing templates, you can go ahead and create what you know for sure will be on every single women's dress, and then leave the rest blank and fill in as you go. So for instance, in the description under my women's dress template, I have all the different headings in the description that I know I want to add, and then when I go to list it, I just fill them in so I don't ever forget to add something. But even if I'm not going to forget, it saves me the time of typing it. And another thing that it saves me the time of is before, for some reason, it would always, like, even though I would space in between, if you know what I'm talking about, like when I would save it and go back into it, all of it would be all jumbled up, and then I would have to go back and hit enter to make it not jump. I don't even know if that's just me, but if you know, you know. So now I have condition, and then I write about the condition. Style tags, I put in my keywords there. Measurements, so like on a dress, sometimes I would forget to do the waist and the hip measurement, but on my dress I have length, sleeve, armpit to armpit, straight across waist, straight across hips, and I just go in there and fill it out when it's time to list. And then at the very bottom, like my thing that I put on all of them is packaged with care, I will ship out within 2 business days, smoke-free home, offers welcome. Then you can even go ahead and put the shipping options that you want to have. And then when I go to list it, I can put in the weight and the dimensions and all of that. I can go ahead and set up what I want my return options to be, if I want it promoted or not, all that good stuff. And it really doesn't take that much time to click those buttons each time. But when you're trying to list as many things as we're trying to list, it really saves so much time. I've been blown away. I've really been blown away. So I will do a video and share my screen of that and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about and how you can set those up. I'll try to link it on the screen at the end of this video, and hopefully in the description of this video when it's ready. And hopefully that'll be helpful to you too. All right, let's talk profits. So I had 11 sales this week. 8 were on eBay, 3 were on Poshmark. So you know I am doing the experiment where I promoted all of my listings at 2%, all of them. I'm trying to see if that makes a big difference in my sales. This week I had 2 sales that sold via promoted listing. So I paid an extra $1.77 because those 2 sold promoted listing. So far, I can't tell that it has boosted my sales all that much, and I'm 3 weeks in now, but I don't see a reason to turn it off. The thing I was scared about was, would it have sold anyways if I didn't promote it? And the jury's still out. We'll see how the month ends. I'll look at all the numbers, but I'm not really scared of that anymore. So total, the sales plus the shipping that my customers paid this week was $343.75. The fees that I paid to eBay and Poshmark were $52.56. My cost for shipping was $68.09. And the total that I paid on these 11 items to buy them in the first place was $26.46. So that brings me to a profit for this week of $196.68. I'm thankful. And it's going to pick up again next week. All right, that's all for this week. Are you subscribed yet? If you're not, please consider subscribing. And while you're there, hit that bell icon too. That will notify you every time I release a new video. And while you're there, if you hit that like button, that helps small channels out like me more than you know. You can even hit the share button and share this video with someone that you think might need reselling in their life. Every single action that you take on this video tells YouTube that they need to show it to more people. And that would be awesome. And I would be so grateful to you for that. All right, I'll see you next week. If not before that, in my video to show you how to set up the listing templates. See you later.